clues.
Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Thursday, September 24th, and it is time for this week's Crash and Burn podcast. Welcome, everybody. If you're listening to us live, that's awesome. Head over to the Google Plus and submit your questions, and we will answer them and do all kinds of cool stuff. If you are listening to the replay, cool, that's cool too. If you got any questions or any ideas for us, send it in to our email or hit us up on Facebook or whatever, and we will get back to you. Or hopefully if you can get on live, that'd be awesome too. We are now also on iTunes. You can be listening to this on iTunes as well. It will auto-download if you subscribe to the podcast. So that's a really cool thing as well. I'm not even sure how they do that. There's like robots and shit on the internet, so I think that's cool. So last week's show was awesome. We had Jesse Tischhauser on the show, and he had a lot of good stuff to say. We had a good time. There's a lot going on. All kinds of questions and comments in between, and I don't remember any of them, so we're not going to talk about that. And if you guys want to chat live with us, jump onto gunchannels.com/crashandburn, and you can chat with us live. We are all watching the chat room, or you can hit us up on Facebook or hit us up on anything. Get your questions in on the Google Plus, like I said. I think that's pretty good. Chat room. Gun Channels is probably a really good way to get a hold of us. There's a lot of good guys on there, so we'll bounce in and out of there as well.
We're talking knives on Gun Channels right now. So.
Yes, I see that. We are talking knives on Gun Channels. So any knife questions that you want us to talk about, we can do that as well. Google, Andy, you watching the Googles? Or Leah, you watching the Googles for comments?
I've got some of the Googles.
Or I'm sorry, I meant YouTube's, because I have the Googles open, but I don't have the YouTube's open because I always leave it open and don't turn off my volume. So hopefully somebody's watching that. So if you leave a comment on YouTube, hopefully we'll see it as well. Yeah, so cool. This, as usual, my crew is here. We've got Erica and Andy. How are you guys tonight?
Hey, good.
I'm doing okay.
Whiner.
My neck hurts. And we have Glenn and Leah. How are you guys tonight?
Hi, guys.
Doing great.
Cool.
Guys, there's people fighting outside our window.
Any gunshots?
No.
Not yet.
Oh, cool.
It's still early in the night.
Aw.
Funny.
Anyway,
the hood. We'd like to especially thank our sponsors, X8 Tactical, Keybar, and Molan Labe Forum. And this episode brings us to the last one in September. So for next month, we've got a couple spots opening up for sponsors. So if you know anybody who might be interested, it's super reasonable, and we appreciate all the help. It helps us get on iTunes and helps us, keep bettering the broadcast. And we truly take any sponsor money, we put it right back into the show to make sure we can keep giving a pretty good show each week. So what's everybody going on? What did everybody do this past week since last show? It seems like this week flew by for me. Andy, what'd you have going on this week?
we kind of did the same kind of stuff, I think, this week. We had I went to your kid's party and hurt myself.
It's not like it was like my kid's fault that you hurt yourself. Why don't you explain how you hurt yourself?
Well, we went to a trampoline park. I guess that's how I explain it. It's a whole trampoline. And I was doing flips and all this cool stuff and bounces, and then I go over to this other part and I do a somersault, and my neck like pops. Like somersault. Pissed me off. So I've been a week. I just went to the chiropractor today, and I got adjusted and all that, but it's been killing me. Don't get old, people.
Now, getting old sucks, right?
A somersault.
Well, you're not the only one that things happen to when they go to the trampoline parks. I mean, like,
Did you get pregnant?
no, I didn't get pregnant. That would be epic. I don't know how that would happen. I mean, things that go on.
Anything can happen in a trampoline park.
But I found out if I bounce too high, if I jump too high, I pee a little every time I jump.
That's awful. Nobody
Yeah.
wants
I blame the kids. It's because of pregnancy. It's not because I am pregnant. It's because of,
Oh.
yeah. So at least you don't pee when you jump.
I don't.
No, but I'm really scared of pooping while getting tasered.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a real thing.
I think we give him a diaper.
I still
Yes.
still think it's a real thing. I mean, I don't want to poop. Do you want to poop? Well, nobody wants to actually poop their pants, you know?
I don't think that really happens. I think we've heard of people peeing, or I don't know. Has anybody ever gotten sick, like vomited? But I don't think pooping the pants. I've ever heard that. Anybody else?
No.
I've heard peeing and dying. I've never heard pooping.
Peeing and dying.
That's about it.
Those sound good. Well, anyways, hit us up on the gun channels. Ask us your questions on the Q&A. And we've got some good stuff coming up here. So why don't we get started with the show? All kinds of cool stuff going on.
You want to hear about rotting bodies?
Yes.
Okay. So this is like my biggest fear. So a mortuary owner has been sentenced to 2 years for letting bodies rot. Fort Worth, Texas, the owner of a Fort Worth mortuary where corpses were left to rot for months. Okay? That's gross. He's going to officially be spending 2 years in prison from taking payments, obviously, from clients and failing to provide funeral services. All of these were supposed to be cremated.
Wow.
So he also has to pay $10,000 for each count of this. So it's actually kind of sad because, you know, these people, I don't know what happened. Like, what do you think, like, he did? Do you think he just gave them, like, empty urns or just, like swept out his, I don't know what it is, crematorium thing?
What did he do with the actual bodies?
They literally, the owner of the building walked into the building, and who's not the mortuary owner. So the mortuary was renting from this guy. The guy walked in and he said there was a smell being emitted from the mortuary, and so he walked in and he couldn't even get in, and that's when they found the bodies that had been rotting for months.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they were supposed to be cremated, and I want to be cremated. I plan on being cremated, but that is literally like a huge fear of mine. Like, what if, like,
I was actually thinking of having you turned into a real doll.
that's creepy.
Why?
My size Barbie.
Yeah, that's odd.
My size ballerina Barbie.
Who's gonna take that out? Like, are the kids gonna, like, are you gonna hand that down to the kids or something?
All right, that's kind of weird. What about like a My Buddy?
Yeah, whoa, ew.
Huh.
How about something like less weird? Like, can you, like, turn me into a diamond?
Like
And then the kids would have to wear me.
I want that.
That would
Take
be.
it.
You can be shot into space or shot out of a gun.
No, I don't want to be alone. I want you to take. That's why I want to be cremated, because I want them to have to, like, take me around. Like, don't leave me in the ground.
Out of a gun. They, like, mix you with some powder and shoot you. I want to be shot out like an 8-inch off a destroyer or something.
Yeah, like a cannon.
Like a giant gun.
Well, that's not bad. I just don't want to be shot into space. Please don't shoot me into space. That would
Yep.
freak me out when I'm dead.
Yeah, you'll just go on forever.
So yeah, so I found that little story. It freaked me out, and I thought I would share. Everybody's good at sharing. So
That dude is either doing it for money or because he's just lazy and stupid.
they said it was because of greed, that he was just taking money. And I guess before this, the owner's wife She just got arrested for selling food stamps.
Oh wow.
So these are really fine people that you're obviously dealing with. So yeah.
Yeah. So they're just being grubby.
They're just being grubby, and the other sad part is that two of the bodies that were supposed to be cremated were actually infants, which that kind of hits a spot for me. So
That's sad.
not really great people. So
It's messed up. I've heard of like them like putting 4 or 5 in at once and just like splitting them up to save money, but never just stacking them in the corner.
I know they do that with animals. Like that's how they cremate your animals. I mean, you're not necessarily getting just your animal's remains.
Really?
You didn't know that?
Oh yeah, they stuff it full of as many as they can get in there.
Yep.
That sounds awful also.
It's a puppy fire.
Or kitty.
Or
or bird. Oops, sorry, Mike.
thanks, Ari.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
So it's just Roland in the box downstairs. I'm awful. Okay, so moving on.
Oh, nice.
So Maggie's going to Valhalla.
Yeah. With his how do you go? How do you get there?
Well, you
Yeah.
have to die.
Is it like
You have to die.
You have to,
you take like a bus?
No, I don't know.
You take a boat?
yeah, you take a boat.
Oh yeah, you get put on a boat and burned.
Oh no, I thought that was like Greeks and Spartans.
The Viking.
No,
A Viking funeral.
Greeks are the ones that put the coins in the eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
No, the Vikings are the one that put you on a boat and send you out and burn you. I want that done.
I'd be cool with that. That's all right too.
What's
The
the
Jews
one?
accept
do that
that.
because they don't want to burn the boat because they want to sell it. I can say that, right?
What is that the one where they shoot the burning arrow?
Yes.
Yeah. Has anybody ever missed?
Oh, probably all the time.
That's pretty anticlimactic. Like it's this really epic moment, and then the one person shoots an arrow, and it just nope. And they're like, oh wait, hold on, I gotta light it again and shoot it again. Hold on 1 minute. Oh, it's getting farther.
Do the drum roll again.
Yeah. What happens if they never light it on fire? Can they like pull it back and just like?
Is it on like attached to a rope?
That's what I'm saying. Or are they just that good?
Maybe they're
Oh,
all,
in the movies, they just edit the misses out.
Mm.
maybe they always have the one guy who's awesome. Like that's all he does is practice shooting.
It's a boat. I mean, you can hit a boat. If you can't hit a boat, you're pretty bad.
I'm on a boat.
Okay. Challenge, Andy. Can you hit a boat with an arrow?
Oh, this is a great one for feats of man.
Man, can you hit a boat? Whose boat? We can get Dirty Dan to kayak. We can try and hit him with an arrow.
Yeah.
I got a bow.
That's it. We're good.
Get
I
the-
got a pond. We got a pond at the farm.
Can we douse them in gas first?
Why don't we just do it in the lake?
like Ontario.
Yeah.
Because
They
of the
get
lake,
upset about that? The lake police?
the Coast Guard.
Yeah, whoever they are. Those two.
The lake, the water police.
The H2 officers.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
You know that?
that was good. I like that. Yeah.
So, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the San Antonio thing. Anybody you guys hear about that?
The football thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been following that.
We heard it on the radio the other day that
Did you, before you go, did you hear that the guy quit?
what guy? The
Or
coach?
that- Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yep.
Well, anyways, for anybody listening and watching who doesn't know about it, I only know because I heard about it. I don't like football. Not that I don't like football, I like playing football. I don't like watching football. But there were two high school level football players that basically creamed a referee, like One of them speared him with the helmet, and basically they got thrown out of the game. They got thrown out of the program. They were going to get assault charges filed or something like that, and they it just recently came out that the coach supposedly told them to do it. So now there's talk that should they be allowed to come back on and play. And I was not that I was getting heated, but I was trying to think of it like if these were my kids, and I'm not really sure how to take it. I honestly think that they should be prosecuted somewhat, because if they aren't, you're basically setting a precedent or sending out a message that if you do something and get in trouble for it, you could just say somebody told you to do it, and that person will get in trouble, but you're scot-free. So
but you've never been in a situation where somebody that's a superior, whether a little bit older or in high school, where somebody's been like, you have to do this.
No, I haven't. And if I did, I never listened anyways.
Like there wasn't something so important to you that you were involved in, a club, a sports team, something that you were like, this is, maybe you're in a small town or whatever, and you're like,
Nope.
This is my only chance to do this. And I don't want to give it up because I really love it.
Nope, not for me.
Not for me. I
Went to the senior school.
I wrestled while I was in high school, and our wrestling coach made us chew tobacco. So he got us starting on chewing tobacco.
Really?
Yeah. You want to lose weight? Eat ice cubes and chew tobacco when you're hungry. And we did. And I mean, it worked. But holy shit, if someone did that today to my kid and said, here's some chewing tobacco, do this, oh my God, he'd be out of a job in a second.
But I mean, okay, so that's a good example. I mean, even with dance and stuff like that, I've had dance teachers who say, don't eat before you come to class because if you eat, it'll hold you down and make you heavier and you can't jump as high. So if you're young and you're listening to that, you're like, oh okay, I can't be eating.
No. Can they say no? I mean, what happens if they say no? We're not going to do that.
I played football in high school, and I totally get where you're coming from, area where you say like coach is demanding one thing, but you can't hold the kids blameless, but at the same time you got to hold the coach to more of the blame.
That's what I tend to go with. I'm not saying that the kids shouldn't know.
I do agree.
Have to take some of the blame.
You have to hold them somewhat accountable, right?
I agree. They are old enough to know the difference between
When are you old enough to know?
Yeah.
Well,
because don't we have like a freshman and a senior?
I think one was 15 and one was 17.
even if they're not old enough to know, they need to be treated like an adult so they can learn how to be an adult.
Yeah, how are they supposed to learn from this?
True.
Agreed.
No, I get it. I do. I don't know. You always hear, like, especially in the South, that like football is a huge thing, and I don't know. Do you guys remember what it's like to be shunned in high school? Say the one kid didn't do it, and like they quote unquote got away with this. This wasn't made big. This was kept under the rug for whatever reason. And so the one kid that maybe did hit the ref was like patted on the back and kept on the team, and then the other kid who was also told to do it was then like excluded from the team. And nobody then knows his plight. He's walking around, he's ashamed at school, nobody wants to be his friend, he can't play football. I'm not saying that's the reason to do it, but when you're 15, that's a big thing to put on a kid.
Yes, and I'm saying there should be a reasonable understanding of that, but it's I think that there has to be, and I understand some leniency, but I think something, I don't think nothing can be done. Something has to be done to at least instill some sort of remorse on themselves for doing it and not put the blame 100% on the coach.
What exactly did the coach say?
Supposedly, he said, go take the ref out or something.
Go take care of him, or...
Yeah,
Because the last time I read about it, and this was maybe 3 or 4 days ago, they were saying the only thing that coach said was someone needs to take this guy out, kind of like openly, not to specific people, just kind of angrily at the guy in general, which is something he shouldn't say.
Right.
But I know it's been changing every day since then, so that was the last I heard about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that exact part of it or anything.
Probably the 3 people standing there are the only ones that know exactly what he actually said.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
But so he quit? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, he resigned or he quit. It's on CNN. I saw it somewhere. But so he's done with that.
Definitely it's high enough profile, I think, that I'm surprised it made it this big as far as everything went, but you know, it is going to set some sort of precedent that I guarantee you there's more of this that go on than we even know about.
Definitely.
Well, I think, like, so what could we do to I guess, prevent it, you know, or make your kids, or not make your kids, but not make them feel shunned, I guess? I mean, would you go to, like, the extent, like, okay, say you're in one of the public schools, they're playing football, and in order to make them feel that they can be open, that you'd be willing to transfer schools? Is that something that...
I would for my kids, if they felt like they wanted to take a stand and do the right thing, and they felt that they were going to have an issue still in that school, sure, I would do what it would take to move to a different school if I could.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's got to be their decision, because going to a new school is just as hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, yes, I think...
I would have taken the ref out.
You would have.
I would.
I like that.
I mean,
like even taking them out on a date?
No. Well, like
at that age, I probably would have too.
Cookies is take care of him, bring him some cookies. No, I mean, these kids do what they're told. I mean, they do what they're told.
Yeah. All right. Well.
And yes, they should be punished. I'm glad the guy, if the story is true, which we don't know, but if the coach said we need to take care of this guy, and they did it, he should resign. Yes, and the kid should be punished and learn from it.
So this is a long shot that I'm kind of linking these two things then. So you say, and not that I don't disagree with you, but do what you're told. You know, the kids are supposed to be doing what they're told, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So is this kind of going along with any of, like, some of the industry stuff that we see, whether it's firearms, car stuff? You know, you have those people who are, like, quote unquote, I guess, bullies or whatever, and then the people see it and they're like, oh, well, they're not really affecting me right now, so I'm just going to kind of hide my head and not make waves so this person doesn't point me out, do what I'm told, and let them pick on somebody else.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I think that more people just need to take responsibility for their own stuff, and that's really what it boils down to. You know, if we allow them not to take any responsibility for it, we're just saying that's okay. So.
All right.
What was funny is that Tony, our friend Tony Wilson, tagged me and you in a post, Erica, and said it's a whole description about stun guns, and that since it's not a continuous voltage, you bowels will get shaky, but poop is not going to go shooting out of your butt.
See?
It contracts. It doesn't.
There you go.
I guarantee you.
Science has proven it.
Why don't we say what we want to do?
It says we can also make a stun gun from a disposable camera flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just stun gun. We want to get tased.
Yeah, we want a cop to shoot us while we're running away.
But I feel like the barbs would hurt. You know?
Yeah.
You've gotten tattoos before, haven't you?
No.
Yeah. Look up.
Here, you guys don't need a cop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Leah said that her and Ari will actually do the tasing.
Oh, I love that idea.
No, I don't think you can
The
have
rest
a
of us? That's crazy. I got a video I'll show. Hang on. Bob Cutt, our lovely leather friend maker. Well, he doesn't make friends, but he's a friend leather maker.
He makes friends, but not like makes them.
Doesn't, yeah.
Does he make
That
them
we
out of
know of.
leather?
Yeah. So, all right.
Taser, taser, taser.
These are guys getting tased. It doesn't sound like
It sounds like pooping.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's pooping himself.
This guy's like, that's it looks like what happens when I throw up.
Now that dude has some anal going on there.
We all just saw his O face. Why would you not want to do this, Mike?
I know.
It
This
doesn't.
sounds like fun.
It sounds so much fun.
I'm gonna send the link to Leah so she can post it up on the different things because this is funny. It's funny to watch. I don't know. Chris, a local police officer, friend of ours, is saying that no poop. You get tased, but no poop.
See? No poop.
I still think I would poop. If anybody's gonna poop, I would poop.
I'll give you a diaper to wear.
Then I just have a like
Poopy diaper.
Poopy diaper.
diaper.
Here's the solution. We'll do it naked. We'll put a tarp down.
It'll be good.
I do,
Can we give you like what's the binding stuff like Tums or
Imodium?
Imodium? Yeah.
I'll take it for like 3 days ahead of time so I know nothing's coming out. Either that or I'm going to contract so hard from being tased it's going to shoot like a torpedo.
Like squeezing a tube of toothpaste.
Aw.
Brush your teeth before you go to bed, Mike.
So I was on the radio yesterday. Andy heard me on the radio. Like the real radio, not what we're doing right now.
Like not as a guest, but just as like calling in.
I called into a local show, Kimberly and Beck, and they were talking about a shooting that happened that's at trial right now locally. And it was a son that killed his father, shot his father in the head with a shotgun, and they found the body sitting upright in a chair at a desk. And they were saying that guy calls in and says, something's fishy. You know, if you shoot a guy in the head with a 12-gauge shotgun, you know how bad those kick. The dude would be blown all over the place, like through 3 walls. And so as soon as I heard that, I was like, boop, boop, boop. I dialed in, and I got on the phone. I was like, you know, this is a complete myth. This isn't the movies. If people flew across when they shoot like ballistic gelatin, the cube of gelatin would go flying off the table. And so they were like, well, I don't know, you know, it's so much power, it kicks so hard, and then they hung up. And I was like, are you kidding me?
So they just cut you off?
Yeah, I just got cut off. Apparently, facts are too important.
Apparently that's not riveting material.
No, I guess not.
No, watching a guy fly across the room with a shotgun blast is more entertaining.
Right. I mean, that's definitely movie-worthy.
People really think that that happens?
I'm sure some people think that it happens.
Oh yeah, I was listening, and the caller after that and the caller after that were both like, yeah, there's no way he could be still sitting at that desk if he was shot with a shotgun.
Oh, really? Because I had already gotten out of my car and was walking inside when you texted me. People called in after saying that it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why you should have introduced yourself as Mike the firearms expert.
Yeah, maybe it would have carried a little more.
This is Mike.
I don't know why you guys listen to that show anyway. First of all, I can't stand Kimberly's voice. It's awful, okay?
It is terrible.
And Beck puts me to sleep. And they're stupid. There you go.
The end.
Period.
Period. They have the dumb.
That's funny.
A lot of people think that's how it works because their only frame of reference is movies.
It's just it's frustrating that to hear somebody else call in with a different opinion or a set of facts, and no, that can't be it. On to the next caller.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe if I was a little more antagonistic about it, they would have kept me on or whatever. But no, I think Andy is I think Andy is mostly right about it.
Mostly.
No, about like why they would that I should have said who I was, or at least gave some credibility to what I was saying. That way they just didn't play it off, I just realized that my wireless receiver had fallen down behind the monitor, so that could be a good reason why we were getting crappy service the last couple of times.
Way to go, Mr. Internets.
No, my bad. So yeah, that's all I got.
What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? I'm drinking Caskmates. I'm almost done with this bottle.
I haven't had any of it. You've been hogging it.
Yeah, do you want me to save some for you? It's really good.
That would be nice.
It is good. I encourage anybody who hasn't tried it yet. I actually, I think we tried it 2 weeks ago when we first got it, and we saw it popped up on Facebook. It's basically Jameson whiskey that is aged in craft beer bottle, stout bottle. This one's stout. Stout edition, and it's delicious. So, Andy, what are you drinking? Got some good water or tea?
No, I'm drinking Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus.
Did you drop that in the Jack Daniels you got there?
Put it in my Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Whiskey.
Oh, that's manning it up.
Slightly.
So I'm getting my medicine with my bourbon.
Well, that's good. Is it helping your neck at all?
No, but I'm feeling a little tingly in my throat. So.
Erica, what are you drinking? Are you making yourself something fancy?
I made myself. Well, you can't see it, but it's a cool glass. I like it. It doesn't have the stem for the martini glass. It's just the top of it, which means that it's less likely to fall over for me. But it's a limoncello martini, which is quite yummy.
Fancy.
Mm.
Well, and you're drinking beer, it says?
Oh, I'm drinking beer all the time.
I think it says he's really gay, though, too.
It does.
Yeah, half of that makes
The
sense.
notes say Glenn is really gay. Gay? Really gay, oh so gay. Southern Tier 1 Buffalo.
Yeah, the Southern Tier 1 Buffalo. It's new beer they just came out with. It's pretty good. It's kind of just a basic beer. I was kind of hoping for more, but it's pretty good. I could drink 4 or 5 of them.
There was a few new. I think all the Oktoberfest and stuff dropped like last week or something.
Yeah, we saw
more pumpkin!
Dogfish's-
Yay!
Yeah, pumpkin spice.
But there's like the harvest wheat and stuff are pretty good usually.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff's coming out. This is like the season change for beer.
Yeah.
Will somebody call like a beer basic bitch spice? Can we call it that instead of pumpkin spice from now on?
Well,
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, let's get into guns and gear. Now that we've rambled on for the first quarter of the show, let's get into some tech and cool gun stuff. So, before we get into some other stuff, Andy, what do you got for guns and gear this time?
I got maybe 1 or 2 things. I'm carrying a new ammo right now. I'm trying HPR's Black Ops. Their OTF ammo. Their open tip frangible 85 grain 9mm ammo.
It doesn't stand for out the front because the bullet comes out the front.
No, I don't think it's open tipped frangible. So it's another acronym we have to learn for all our ammos. It's really light stuff. Shooting it, recoil is really light. I'd like to shoot it in some gel and see how it performs because they say their claim is it'll go through like clothes and drywall and windshields and then frange inside flesh only. It must have some magic dust on it, but
that's
it's real light stuff.
That one's got no lead in it, right?
Not sure what it's made out of.
Hmm.
Doesn't say on the box. It just says the OTF.
The grain weights are super low, but the size, the bullet
it's
size
real
is
light
low.
stuff.
Does it have a velocity on the box?
No, it has nothing on the box. I even went to their website, and it really has nothing on their website either.
Huh.
But I would think it would be good for like in airplanes and places like that.
For all the airplane carry you do?
I do. I fly. I'm a pilot in training.
Air Marshal Andy?
There's pictures of me flying airplanes on the internets.
Actual airplanes or
No, real airplanes.
Remote control real airplanes?
Real sitting in, flying up in the air.
How many hours do you have?
Yes. I have.
That's not an answer.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
can the three of us go skydiving?
No. Oh,
No.
well, not out of my plane, but yeah, we can go skydiving.
I'm down for skydiving.
I did it once. I was with the odds then. No more.
Yeah, put that on the list.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, Leah.
I want to
Man.
skydive riding an inflatable shark.
All right.
I don't get it.
Sharknado.
Oh,
Did you know?
how about we get little sharks and throw them at each other?
Fact. My son was in Sharknado 3.
I haven't seen 3 yet. I've only seen 1 and 2.
I have a screenshot of him. He was at the Washington D.C. trip for his school, and he was standing. And the movie came on home. He's like, "Oh, I was in that movie." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, Nash." And he was really in the movies. Like I paused it, and he's standing there on the monument watching them film the movie, and he was in it.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Does he get any money for that?
No.
Oh. Well, that stinks.
But he was in Sharknado 3, I think.
But now he can start his acting career and say that he was an extra in Sharknado 3.
He put that on his application for the latest play he tried out for.
I did Sharknado 3.
He didn't get the play.
Actor career.
He wanted to be a hyena. Or he wanted to be the hyena, and he didn't get the lead hyena. Now he's just a backup hyena.
Backup hyena.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is Lion King.
It's lying. You know.
It's Snow White.
I'm just racking my brain for all the plays that involve hyenas, and I finally came up with that one.
I think that's
Well, I'm
the
going to try this new ammo this weekend.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I'm sure the M&P will eat it up anyway.
Yeah. So I've got Mr. Andy gave me the biggest vote of confidence today, saying that I didn't think you were going to do it, but I did it. And Andy gave me his soldering iron to try my hand at stippling and modifying the Glock 43 frame. So if you guys have been following along my project Glock 43 on Instagram, we had some updates. Basically, Andy did the frame up in this titanium sniper gray with a mix of armor black. At Cerakoted, it came out awesome. I'm like super stoked that this slide looks great. And I'm happy to machine another one, but I think this came out awesome. I really just want to put it together. So another update on the project was Andy Cerakoted the barrel zombie green, and being that it was zombie green Cerakote, it wouldn't cycle at all. It just would get stuck, and I tried filing a little, and sanding and stoning, and I just couldn't get it to work right. So I blasted it all back off, and after blasting it, I was like, it's so plain. I think, Glenn, the barrels are stainless, right, on Glocks?
Yeah.
They're nitride.
I'm about 90% sure.
Nitride coated stainless, I think. If anybody can confirm that for me, let me know. But I'm almost positive they are.
Most handgun barrels these days are.
Yeah. So, anyways, so what I ended up doing was I polished it. I spent a little bit of time on our gray wheel, and it's not perfect, and a little bit of time on the buffer, but it's cool enough for now. I still like the you can't even focus barrel. That's cool. It's got the cuts on the sides. I did the dimpling on the barrel. Probably gonna wait till S3F has their threaded Glock 43 barrels that are coming out. Once those are out, I'll throw one of theirs in the mill, put the same dimpling in it, and then maybe send it off to be either re-nitride coated or titanium nitride or something cool like that. So back to the frame. Andy brought me a soldering iron because it was time to work on the frame and start getting this thing put back together. One thing I did do, and shout out to, before I even talk about stippling, shout out to my friend Damon from SSVI. I have one of his triggers that we put in, and so far, and all the testing I've done so far, it actually looks pretty cool. Feels pretty good. I polished up the trigger bar also, and I'm going to be putting a ghost connector in it, but I want to get it all back together first and test it without the ghost connector, and then add the connector and tune it, etc., etc. So all the props in the world to people like Damon and Ben from Boresight and all the really, really big Glock frame modifiers, because this has been a nightmare. I literally have been working on this for almost 2 days now, and my lungs hurt, and I'm covered in sneezing black dust, and it's just not fun. So anyway, so what I did was Andy brought me his soldering iron, and I decided I was going to stipple with it. And I didn't like his tip, so I just made one on the lathe real quick. But this is what I came up with. So far, I'm like super happy with it. I didn't think I would be able to do it, but I took my time. I'm not patient, and I rush everything. But for some reason, I was able to do this. So,
do you have a picture of it, Mike, for people that aren't watching on, like, that we could put up or something, or explain it?
Yeah, I'll put a completed one up tomorrow on Instagram, but if you go on to my Instagram, @MikeSantola, you can see the in-progress pictures of as I'm going on. So I'm going to describe a little about what I did on here anyway. So basically, I took the sanding drum on a Dremel, and I cleaned up all these factory serrations and the nubs. What I then did was, on the front, I took any ripples and everything off that, and then I added this undercut right at the top there. And I kind of, not too much, but I went up in there good. And they also added this cut on the bottom of the trigger guard here as well. And then I took any stuff off the front of the trigger guard as well. And then I took some 400 grit sandpaper, sanded everything down, cleaned it up, and then I added the little bevel right there for the magwell. Now, one thing I've read and been told by Damon is that could cause an issue on 4th gen Glocks. So we're going to see once we put that magwell back in to see if it actually has an issue. Yeah, so far I'm happy with it. I did the stippling up front just tonight, literally right before the show. I did this stuff up here. One last thing I'm going to do tomorrow, I think, is bevel out the front of the trigger guard just on these two edges right here. To sort of give you a little more room in the trigger guard for gloves or anything like that. And then I might put some more stipples right down this front here as well. But that's basically it. Then I'll take some sandpaper, sand everything down to smooth it all to one level, and clean it all up, and we're ready to be put back together. I also polished up the rails that the frame rides on, make it nice and silky smooth.
How long did it take you to do all the stippling?
So far, probably about 3 or 4, probably about 3 hours of actual stippling time. How long was I doing it this afternoon, Glenn? An hour straight?
You probably did an hour straight, and then maybe another half hour to 45 minutes on and off. But you've been a lot of like stop and go, think it through, take your time. So it's taking you more time than if you did it again.
Yeah, I think it would be faster if I did it again, and when I came home, I put about another half hour into it to finish up the back strap and then the sides. So one last piece that's pretty cool, and I'd like to thank the guys over at Terran Tactical for hooking us up with these base plates. These are +2 base plates, and these mags only hold 6 rounds. So these +2s not only give you 2 rounds, but they basically act as a pinky rest. So if I put it into the frame, you can kind of see it gives you a pretty good actually. Let me put it in my left hand here, so anybody watching, you can kind of pay attention. But you can see that I can get my hand right on it, and it feels real good. And I like the way it feels. Plus, you get the advantage of having 2 extra rounds in it. So they're anodized aluminum. These are anodized black, laser engraved on the bottom. So we may, if we choose to do something like this from All-Star, we may offer some Terran Tactical base plates with our logos on them. It'd be kind of cool. But I'm excited to see how this functions as a package. This entire gun. I mean, it's been taking me a long time to work on it, but when it's done, I think it's going to be an awesome everyday carry. Now that I'm out of breath from talking about this, Mike Ratowski posted, and actually I think he sent it to me once before, but Excalibur Firearms does offer a barrel for, threaded barrel for the Glock 43s right now. So I'm still going to wait to see what S3F is. I like those guys. They're friends of ours, so we'll see what they come out with.
We have some of the people on gun channels asking where our guest is. So I didn't know if anybody wanted to address the elephant in the room.
Andy, where's our guest?
He had some technical difficulties. He did contact me just a little while ago. He said everything was working great at his office computer and came home and could not get on. So he probably had the same problem some other people are having after some update they did, I guess.
Okay.
So, technical problem, sorry.
That's all right. Well, I mean, Hawaii from the gun chat wants us to talk about knives, so I'm going to give it over to Glenn for his guns and gear. Andy, why don't you if you got anything cool you can grab, we can talk about knives a little, maybe some stuff you want to bring up. But what do you got for gear this week, Glenn?
I got, so there's a website called the Canteen Shop. It's a small little website. They started out just doing military surplus canteen kits. They partnered a few years ago with the Pathfinder School. If anybody who's ever watched survival TV shows, Dave Canterbury is the guy from the Pathfinder School. He does some interesting things. Not always a fan of everything, but he does some interesting things. But they did a stainless steel canteen that is... So a standard canteen is a quart. This is actually a quart and a third, so it's a little bit taller. And it's full stainless steel, so you can actually put this whole thing in the fire, boil water in it, all that. And it comes with a cup and a stove that are both larger than the standard military, and the stove doubles as a little grill.
Oh, wow.
So all this, and you get all this, and it fits in the standard military canteen cup holders. But it has a nice wide mouth, so you can put ice and stuff in it. But you can boil in it. The only thing I did to mine is I spray painted it black with a fireproof black paint, just so it wouldn't be as reflective. But it's a really nice piece of gear. And when I bought it brand new, and the price was quite a bit more than it is now. The price has come down to about $60-$75 depending on what you get with it. But you can get all 3 pieces for about $70. And it's a great indestructible piece of gear. I've been using it for almost 2 years now.
That's definitely cool. It seems pricey, but cool idea.
It is. If you compare it to if you were buy a GI canteen and a GI cup and stove, you're looking probably about $30-$40. So it's actually not much more than getting a surplus stuff.
Oh, true.
But it's got a lot more usability because it's all stainless steel instead of the plastic canteens that you get from the military.
Right.
Hold on to nasty flavors.
Those are usually used in surplus, basically, or maybe not used, but just surplus.
And they usually have funky aftertastes and all that. And this one has never held on to any taste or anything like that. I've boiled water in them. I've hung them over fires. I've made soup in them, all kinds of stuff. Clean out easy. And you can get them on Canteen Shop.
Cool. What are you sending smiley faces in the chat room, Erica?
What?
Are you drunk already?
Maybe.
That's funny. Andy, what are we going to do for a giveaway this time? I've got it somewhere.
It's a knife, Mike. We're giving away a knife.
How do you want to give it away?
Oh, you should have probably done that in the beginning.
No, I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to go grab it, and while I grab it, let's see, I'm gonna shuffle around what we normally do. But Andy, while I grab it, can you do your medical block, and I'm gonna go grab the knife, and then we're gonna figure out a way to give it away.
My medical block. Well, we're gonna kind of talk about the body on the medical block today. We're gonna talk about height. We're gonna talk about short people and tall people. We're gonna talk about how much better short people are than tall people.
That's blasphemy. What are you talking about?
Well, these are 10 reasons why short people are better than tall people.
Probably written by a short person.
If you'd like,
Exactly.
these are all facts. They're all proven facts. So I'm just going to start off by saying number one is they're the perfect kissing height.
What?
Well, they are. Most girls are not 6'4", so most girls are around 5'6", 5'5", and short guys are just much easier to kiss. I mean, right there, you don't have to bend your neck. No neck pain. Just straight on kiss. Okay?
It's not straight on. I gotta bend down then, and that's weird and awkward.
No, I'm just kidding.
I just carry a stool with me wherever.
Okay, for people who don't know, Glenn is very tall. He's a very tall man. Mike is an average height man, and I'm short. I'm on the short side of man. So number two is they are the life of the party. Absolutely, I agree with this. You got those tall guys that are boring over there in the corner. Look at me, I'm tall. And then you got the guys who want attention, need attention, the small man syndrome. They're get a drink or two in it, and they're the life of the party.
Like Napoleon.
Well, that sounds somewhere. Napoleon was not the life of the party. Come on.
It was the party.
If you didn't like his party, then your invitation was death. All right. They have great posture. Like my friend Robert Downey Jr. He's a short man, but he stands tall. He stands proud.
Is he really short?
Yeah, he is short. He's
Like how short?
Probably like 5'6", 5'7".
That ruined it for me.
Ruined it.
Pointing.
It did.
Fact, but I know he's a short guy. Number 4, you don't have to adjust their car seat when they're in there, girls. Every time.
Car seat or the driver's seat. Like their booster seat.
Touche, my friend. The driver's seat, if a short guy's in there driving and an average female gets in there, there's no adjusting.
That's true.
Same. Fact is that they are better at hugs.
Aww.
What?
That's what I look for. Somebody
Mike, you just
really
like,
What?
Yeah, wait.
I'll hug you, Andy. You'll find out what it's like.
How can Glenn not be good at hugs? He's ginormous.
I don't know. The statistics on that one are I kind of agree. I like hugging large men also. I don't agree with that one. Okay, number 6. They're better at sex standing up.
Oh.
I'll agree with that.
Oh, thank you. It's a fact. It comes from the gladiator muscles back in the day. I don't know. That's what it said. Something about gladiators. Number 7. They hog less space.
Okay.
Basically, they don't take up as much room. If you've ever been in an airplane with a large man, come on, they suck.
Yeah, Glenn is definitely my worst nightmare.
Oh yeah, people cringe when I get so like I'm gonna sit right there, and they shake their head.
Well, I have this really cool car. It's a convertible, and I picked up Glenn the other day.
Really cool is loosely used here.
It's a Matchbox car.
It was a free car and a free convertible, which are cool. So Glenn gets in, and he's looking over the windshield. Luckily, the top was off that day. He's looking over the windshield, and that would suck for him. Bugs in his eyes and hair. That's why.
Two guys in a convertible. That sounds.
Glenn could wear a scarf and one of those little those eye goggles like Snoopy.
Mm.
Oh, like a leather cap.
I have 3 friends who can back this next one up. Their names are Usher, Prince, and Bruno Mars. Short guys are better dancers.
Mm. Yeah.
Jingly.
I can't imagine Glenn dancing.
Right.
No,
Are you?
all of the tall guys I know are super uncoordinated.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these are all backed up by facts. And number 9, they make better boyfriends.
What?
There has been a study that shorter men do better housework, they earn more money, and they're less likely to divorce than taller men.
You do
Because
make.
they can't find anybody else except the girl that accepted them. That's why they won't divorce them.
Tall people make more money than short people.
Nope. I have a study here, and it says it.
Tall people make better meteorologists.
And last but not least, so we can get off this topic, is what Harry said, Napoleon complex. Who doesn't like a little mix of aggression with their domineering behavior? It's sexy as hell.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Conquering entire countries is just that does it for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the moral of this story is know your body, know yourself, know your limitations.
I like it. Even though I prefer a tall guy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What's your preference, Leah?
Oh, I like my men right about 5'2".
That's funny.
About a foot 4 inches shorter than I am.
Lee is a funny guy.
Mike, you find your stuff?
I did. All right, let's give this away. It's this CRKT knife, and it's got multi-tool stuff in it also. Oh, I'm trying to. Ow.
That's the CRKT Picatinny tool, right?
Picatinny tool. It's got the Crimson Trace logo on it. It's got some wrench thing and some pokey stick that
Some
comes
pokey stick.
out. And let's see, it's got a flat pry bar thing.
You
Screwdriver.
should totally be their spokesperson.
Driver?
And what is this pokey stick for?
Punch.
Oh yeah, maybe
Take down pins on an AR-15.
that could be. It's flat though. Look at it. It's weird. Flat.
Oh,
Oh, it is flat.
it's flat.
Anyway, that stuff's something you can stab somebody with, so that's cool. There's got that going for it.
So what do people have to do to win this knife?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Clearly, none of us have any thoughts in our entire heads.
No,
Yep.
how about you go to iTunes and leave a comment about our show. Good.
Yeah,
or
rate
bad,
it.
doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
It's a 5-star review.
They can leave a 5-star if they want.
I would
Um,
suggest it.
But yeah, leave a comment. We'll pick one and give it away. I'll send it out next week.
I'm more of a fan of 2-star reviews.
She's Glenn.
So Lee will put on the Facebook and put in the chat to go to iTunes review for Crash and Burn and leave any kind of comment, and you'll be
The
in
most expensive one we've given out yet.
What's it
Well,
retail at?
Holy cow, there's other bits in it.
That pin is to clear failure to eject jams.
Yeah, but look
Oh.
at other bits. Look at these
But
bits.
there's other
those go in that hex.
Yeah.
there's other bits, Leah. Who
Bits.
cares about failure to be judged?
Look at the bit.
Look at the bits.
Did you guys?
Actually,
I think
it's pretty small.
I think there's Allen keys. Are those Allen keys down the sides?
Mm-hmm.
Those are Allen keys. There's a lot of stuff for that small
There is.
packet.
That's a
going
pretty
to
cool
iTunes
tool.
right now, and I'm going to leave a comment so I can win that.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
I already left a comment, so maybe I'll win.
I've already rated it. I didn't leave a comment, but do I have to leave a comment, or can I just rate it?
Look at that. That came out of it.
That's an Allen key
Allen wrench.
thing.
Put it back. So whoever wins it.
Alan.
Alan,
Steve.
Oh, that's Steve.
Alan. All right, so we got that.
All right. So yeah, we got that go for. Go leave a review on iTunes and.
Win a knife.
Does it have a laser beam? Because that would be
If you
cool.
can leave a comment in an Australian accent, that would be even better. That would be
Yes.
bonus points.
Yes, you have to leave a comment in an Australian accent. And this may or may not have my blood on it, because I think I cut myself.
He's clean.
DNA.
I'm clean.
You got tested.
All right, Glenn, what do you got for gun tech this week?
So gun tech this week, we had a question. I was talking a little bit about barrels last week, and someone chimed in before I got to answer, they asked about game twist rifling.
Are we going to change the name of this segment, Glenn?
Jumping the gun, and I used gun on purpose. That Gannon gave me the idea. I'm going to change this segment from next week on. It's not going to be gun tech anymore. It's going to be Ask a Gunsmith. So what I need from our listeners out there is I need questions from you guys. Best way to get them to me is probably either Instagram at G Rifleworks, or on gun channels, Glenn Rapp, or you can email me at grapp, R-A-P-P, at allstartactical.com. All three of those are good ways to get to me, but I really want you guys to ask me the stuff that you guys want to know instead of me just kind of ranting at you. But I was going to go into kind of, last week someone asked about gain twist. I hope they're listening again this week. So gain twist rifling is, so we all know rifling comes in a certain twist rate, 1 in 10, 1 in 12. And that's how many turns it makes in that distance. So 1 twist in 10 inches. A gain twist, what it does, the idea is it starts at a slow twist and it speeds up by the end of the barrel. The idea is to give the bullet a kind of an easier transition from sitting still to twisting, to rotating. They used to be called paradox barrels. Gain twist has been around almost as long as rifling's been around. The first rifling was actually straight, and then they started twisting it, and some of the first rifling was actually gain twist. These days, you don't really see it very much. There was, probably in the last 10 years, the only place I've seen it is in shotgun slug barrels. Nothing current that I'm aware of has a gain twist rifling. I'm sure somebody out there will find something that's being produced with a gain twist. But the idea is kind of to give the bullet a smoother transition so that it doesn't get deformed, you don't get any tearing of the jack, anything like that. So that's kind of all I wanted to do. But the biggest thing is I need questions from the listeners about what they want me to talk about, things I can answer. I'm not going to do them so much live just because I want to do a little bit of research and make sure I have my facts right.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So what kind of things can they ask you? Like, can we go like super obscure? Like,
you guys can go as obscure as you want. You can try to stump me. I'll admit if I can't figure it out. But just anything gun related, optics, firearms, ballistics, exterior ballistics, interior ballistics, all that stuff. I can get into it. If I don't know the answer, I will find the answer, teach myself the answer, and then I'll educate all you guys.
any platform, pistols, rifles, it doesn't matter?
Pistols, rifles, shotguns, I do it all. I'm bigger into rifles and handguns than I am anything else, but I'm open to everything, old stuff, new stuff, all about it.
Well, that's exciting. I think that's going to be good.
Is Cosmoline good for your hair?
Cosmoline is not good for your hair. Luckily, we don't use Cosmoline anymore, but you know the best thing to get Cosmoline off? Mineral spirits.
Cola.
Coca-Cola?
Yep.
I thought he said Ebola.
Coca-Cola is actually a really good solvent for carbon.
Yeah.
Don't tell the armorers this, but we used to use it in our mortar tubes.
Dude, Armorer's job was the best. Armorer's job made the most extra money. I mean, you roll that green. If you look down the barrel and you see green, it's clean. Right?
Green? Oh, yeah. No, we used to put a 2-liter of Coke down the motor tubes in a fistful of pennies, and it would clean the tube right out. It's real not the best thing in the world. I wouldn't suggest anybody does that to their guns.
No.
But I was 19 and didn't know better.
That's the government guns.
Yeah, they paid for them.
All right, Glenn. So next week, I officially have changed your segment now in our show flow to Ask a Gunsmith. So you're ready for next week.
Absolutely. Send me the questions.
Cool.
Mike, you there?
I'm here.
You hosting this, or we flying solo tonight?
No, I'm good.
Flying Han Solo.
I'm solo. Once again, I want to thank our awesome sponsors, X8 Tactical, Keybar.us, and Molan Labe Forum. These guys have been awesome. That's part of the reason why we're on iTunes and on Spreaker. Hopefully next up, we're going to be on iHeartRadio. Our goal is to be on iHeartRadio by the end of the year, and we are going to broadcast live from SHOT Show. So shout out to everybody going to SHOT Show, and we're going to broadcast live out at SHOT Show, and we're going to do some awesome stuff. We're throwing a party the Wednesday night of SHOT Show, and it's going to be...
Who are you throwing a party with?
All kinds of people. We're throwing a party with Keybar. We're throwing a party with We Like Shooting. We're throwing a party with, obviously, All-Star Tactical, Stick No Evil, and
Hellbent.
Hellbent Holsters. I know there's 1776 Clothing. This is going to be awesome.
Is DMO in on this, or were there other people?
Likely. I'll give DMO a call. But anybody out there listening want to be in on this party, let us know, because it's going to be off the hook. It's not going to be like some crazy closed party like you have to, I don't know, roll into a ball to be able to go to it or something like that. But anybody can go to this party. We're going to have an awesome time. All we do is we drink fancy drinks, we have a good time, we talk guns, and we do cool stuff like we do on the show.
And we trade patches.
We should make it a white party so everybody has to wear all white.
No, that's racist.
And
Okay, so we'll wear all black.
I'm going to get really dirty. I would rather wear all black.
So we don't have to dress up this year if we don't want to?
No, as long as it'll be a good time. So.
Can we dress up if we want to?
Yeah.
There you go, fancy dress.
I love to dress up. I do like to dress up. Some people don't.
I'm with you.
Yeah, see?
I like dressing up. I don't mind dressing. It's our party, so I'll probably dress up. So
It's our party, and you'll cry if
Joe on Gun Channel says a Miami Vice party.
Ooh.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like fun. I picture lots of teal and pink.
Oh, yeah.
Like a khaki-colored leisure suit.
Yeah.
Leah, can you get on that for our clothing, please?
Shoulder pads galore.
Your costume girl is here.
Mm.
I need like a peach-colored button-down shirt.
Yeah, so last year at SHOT Show, I did go through some hoops and got invited to some of the more elusive parties, and they kind of were lame. I ended up going to others that were not so elusive to get into and had a much better time. So yeah, that's why we're doing this this party this way, is to get everyone there and just have a good time.
Yeah, I think I enjoy it. It's literally just honestly, this party has grown out of all of us who hang out with each other on Instagram. You know what I mean? And it's just we end up meeting new people, hanging out with the people that we do know, and other people get to meet people they didn't know. It's really just a big social event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think besides ours, the other party that I enjoyed the most was the ITS tactical party.
Yeah, that was a good party.
I liked that one a lot. It was just really chill, and people could come and go as they please.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey, Leah, tell us about this supermoon this weekend.
Oh, so this came up. We work in retail, and you can always predict a full moon because people start acting like lunatics. And it starts slowly. So I was kind of looking into this, and there is not just a full moon coming. There is a blood moon, which will also be a lunar eclipse.
Right. Isn't it the first time since 1982?
Yeah, it's been a long time since in the United States has had a full view of something like this. And the United States is going to be the only country in the world that has the full view of this awesome moon.
Fucking America.
Yeah, right? Even the moon knows. So basically, willing that we have good weather, Sunday night we're going to have a really cool moon.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm not excited for work and dealing with the crazy werewolves that we call customers, but the moon's pretty exciting.
We can just blame everything on the moon from now on. So when I get like a little bitchy,
Yeah.
you'd be like, it's the super moon. Duh.
It's a super moon. I can be super bitchy.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this one is there are lunar eclipses every year. They happen every year, but there's basically this crazy lineup this year where we're going to have 4 of them, and we're going to be able to see all of them. And they're all going to be a blood moon, and they're all going to be visible from our hemisphere.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I'm excited to see it.
It's gonna be a giant super eclipse. It's gonna be
Yeah,
cool.
I'm really excited.
And it's like only at like 10:30 at night too. It's not even super late.
Yeah, they were talking on the news this morning that peak viewing hour in Rochester, where obviously we are, is going to be between like 10 p.m. and 1 a.m.
Okay. That's not like that's yeah.
No, that's totally doable.
Oh
That's
yeah.
doable.
Yeah, so that's my news. And apparently NASA has set up a web chat so we can ask them questions about the eclipse.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Love nerdy stuff.
right?
But people do start to act like idiots around the full moon.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Strange thing.
So we should plan.
Idiots all the time, but
Well, that nerd stuff brings us into Tech Corner here. So let's talk a little bit about tech. I've got a couple quick things to talk about tonight for tech. First up, apparently the White House group has considered 4 ways to unlock encrypted info. I saw this briefly on The Verge earlier, and originally from Washington Post, I believe. But it basically got hands on a draft paper that details 4 techniques to bypass encryption that tech companies could use under court order, which is a scary thought because I think we talked about this way back, almost in the first or second show. But all about how, the government could, let me put on my tinfoil hat. The government could essentially subpoena companies to hack information, or so it's a scary thought. I don't want to dive too deep into that, but because there's a couple other cool things I wanted to talk about. The world's biggest 3D printer is going to be able to build emergency houses now. For anybody who knows me, I'm a total 3D printer geek. I've got 2 of them. I'd like to buy another one. I really just like 3D printing. I just think it's such a cool additive technology is cool. Being that we have a CNC machine, having a 3D printer is sort of 2 sides of the same coin. But anyways, this 3D printer is 40 feet tall with a 20-foot diameter and is going to 3D print houses for disaster relief.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
that is really cool. Like,
How long did it say how long it would take to print a house?
No, it didn't say how long it'll take, but it actually is efficient. It only uses 100 watts of power and uses like dirt and mud to print. It's actually pretty cool.
so it can it can run off like a generator.
Yeah, 100 watts is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it's running off dirt and mud, there's always plenty of that after a hurricane.
Yeah, it's sustainable essentially. Very cool. And one other thing, there's like 7 articles on it. But Andy, how have you been following the Oculus at all? But I really think we need to get one to play with.
Yeah. A bunch of news came out today. I couldn't even keep up with the news.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff from the Oculus. And the Samsung, too. It looked pretty cool. They came out with
The Gear VR came out.
Yeah.
Oh, and they announced open beta for Star Wars Battlefront. I know we got a lot of Star Wars geeks that listen to us, and you and I are big Star Wars. So that'll be exciting as well. But when is do you know anything enough about the Oculus of when we're going to be able to get one? Not till early next year, right?
Yeah.
But they've already announced like Netflix and you know,
Minecraft,
movies, Minecraft, like
Pac-Man.
yeah, old school arcade and stuff.
Yep.
Um,
It's great that they're getting all these companies behind it before they release. So there's going to be something. There'll be content when it is released.
yeah, that's really going to help push the hardware through, I think. So
Oculus porn. That's what they need.
That'll happen.
Yeah, you said that.
It'll definitely happen. The question is how long before somebody adapts that to like a force-on-force training thing.
Oh.
True.
The CERT handguns, when CERT gets their hand on it, and you can use your CERT handgun with your Oculus Rift to do a whole training scenario.
That's neat.
That's the next step. It's probably not far off.
Yeah, we're gonna have to research this a little more. I think it's a cool.
I bet you Oculus porn will come out before that, though.
Well,
you get the Oculus, Mike, and I'll get the Samsung. The Samsung's only $99.
That comes out like November, I think. Oculus is only supposed to be what, $300?
Yeah, I think so.
But it includes a Xbox One controller, which is cool, and they got some other VR things you can do, and it's basically like sitting in a IMAX theater, I think.
When you're wearing it, do you see like your own room with stuff over it, or you see just whatever they?
Well,
yeah, you're completely in virtual reality.
have you ever tried it?
I played a Virtual Boy once.
I remember Virtual Boy.
I went to RIT last year, and they had a couple of different programs running on them. It's cool. Some people get sick when they wear it. I don't know if it's the frame rate on it or if they fixed that, but I didn't have any problem with what I was doing. It was pretty cool.
That's funny.
You remember the Virtual Boy, Andy?
I remember the Virtual Boy.
That was like the red and black one, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was all red and it had like a tripod, and you had to like lean into it.
Oh yeah, and like but the graphics were awful, right? They were like laser generated or something.
Yeah, it was red lasers beamed into your eyes, and you got like a headache after 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Another Nintendo flop.
Yeah, if you go on Gun Channels, someone put up a nice link for a guy wearing Oculus Rift unknowingly jerks off in front of girlfriend. Gotta love Gun Channels. They find the best stories.
Oh, that's great.
No, put that up there.
Oh yeah, you know porn will be right up there.
Well, like I said, they got so much money that they're definitely for people that'll push this forward.
Well, I remember reading an article a few years ago, and they were talking about Blu-ray versus HD DVD.
Oh yeah.
And the reason that Blu-ray won is because the porn industry went to Blu-ray instead of HD DVD.
I believe it.
But I did see a video on YouTube of a guy where they had this like set up in a mall, and it was someone was wearing it, and they were going on a roller coaster, and someone snuck up behind him and pushed him right as they went over the top of the roller coaster, and the guy freaked out.
That's mean.
Yeah, but we'd all do that.
Yeah, hell yeah. So we have to find a feat of man for virtual reality something.
I think that's mutually exclusive. Feet of virtual man.
Ooh.
Virtual feats of the man.
All right, Erica.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Are we skipping?
Yeah, we're skipping around a little. Go. I want to know.
Oh, what grinds my gears this week?
Yeah, what do you got?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Very simple little thing that ticked me off this week. When you go to the grocery store, or any store for that matter, you've walked around the store now, okay? I know sometimes it can take a while at Wegmans, because we all love Wegmans. But when you push your cart out to your car and you unload all of those heavy bags, it takes you literally 30 seconds to push the grocery cart into the grocery cart carousel. Okay?
No.
Because, yes, no. Do not be one of those people that don't do it. Seriously, I cannot stand when I'm driving and I'm looking around for a spot and I'm like, oh, look, a spot. And then I go to pull in and I'm like, mother effer. Somebody just left their stupid cart there because they're lazy SOBs and they can't return it to the carousel.
I'm a union man. There are people who would lose jobs if you put your cart away.
Oh, shut up! No.
Those
They have
poor-
little helping hands, people
those
that go
poor
out to the
retarded
little
people
carousels, and
just
they
push the carts.
hook
That's
them up
all
to
they
the
do all day
thing,
long.
and then they push them back into Wegmans. Okay?
You know what's worse than the people who leave their cart in the middle of the parking lot?
Hmm?
People who take their cart around the whole store, put 3 things in the cart, go and check out, get their 3 things in a bag, and leave the cart right there at the end of the checkout line.
Hate that too. That's really
Nobody
annoying.
does that.
Get
Oh.
back.
Oh, I've personally experienced this and made Leah very embarrassed to be in public with me because of it.
Yeah, so put your cart away, okay? Because it's really annoying. And the other thing is, I don't want my car dinged, okay? So don't leave it out there in the parking lot, and then it rolls into my little Mini Cooper,
Grinds my gears.
and then I have a
Your
huge
cart's
dent.
about the same size as a shopping cart.
Yeah. So then it's a huge dent. My car is wrecked, totally wrecked, because you left your cart there.
Totaled.
Totaled my car. So put your cart away, you lazy SOBs.
Okay, I will.
Hey,
You know what really grinds my gears?
I want to shout out that we are now over 200 subscribers on YouTube. So yay!
Yay!
So thank you, everyone. Let's
Yay,
keep this
thank
going.
you.
And we are pretty close on the Facebooks for. We are currently at 440. We're almost to 500. So.
It's the live studio audience.
Live studio, filmed in front of a live studio audience. So, cool. Next up, Andy's got a short little news topic for us, and then I'm gonna go into our YouTube video, and we're gonna wrap it all up. So, what do you got? What you got, Andy?
This will be not surprising to anybody. There's a group called the ATF, and they spent. It's a small
It's a
little-
store, right?
Yeah, it's like a store for the government, and they had this great idea. Let's buy drones because everybody has drones, and drones are real cool. So they spent $600,000. They had to buy. Listen, they couldn't. There were drones for $90,000, but they said they were too difficult to reliably use them in operation. So they had to spend $600,000 on these drones. So they bought them. They bought them in March. Will you lasso your dogs?
Children are confusing, you guys.
They spent $600,000 on these drones and never used them and promptly gave them away. And then
Seriously?
yeah.
You- oh,
And then right after they gave them away, they said, "Oh, we need a drone," and they spent $15,000 to buy another drone. And they used it once, and then it was grounded pending further guidance from the ATF drone office.
Oh, so wait.
Okay.
So now there's not only $600,000 spent on drones for no reason. There's like 5 people sitting in a dark room somewhere, getting paid $100,000 a year to decide how to use these drones they don't have.
Yes. So we're up to about $1 million right now in drone technology and people, and they used one drone once in this past year, according to this article by I don't even know who this is from. The Highland County Press. That's where I got it off of.
You know, that doesn't surprise me at all.
No,
the way
not
the
at all.
goes with the foolish moves that department makes all the time.
I mean, I just like to see the timeline. Okay, we need a drone to get this Escobar dude. They're like, okay.
Escobar.
Escobar.
Well, this cheap drone we can get at the Dan's Crafts and Things. We could get that for $18, but those are really hard to fly. So we need like this really programmable one for $600,000. Actually, it was a couple drones. It wasn't just one. But so they spent all that money. The flow, I can see the meetings. Like, okay, I don't know why they had to get rid of them, and I don't know what other agency they gave these drones to, but whoever it was, they probably got a bonus in that group saying, "Hey, we just got free $600,000 in drones, dude."
It's probably some local like state police department or something that got them.
Right.
Lindsey Graham.
But I'm sure this isn't the end of the story. I'm sure they'll have a lot more
No, there's the ATF is. They're funny sometimes. You just go online and Google ATF mess ups, and you find all kinds of funny things.
Speaking of ATF, they just ruled on the can cannon, making that an AOW, and therefore making lots and lots of people felons.
Oh, I saw it. The AOW/SBR.
Yeah, but it shoots blanks. It can't shoot actual ammo.
Yeah, but they're claiming it has a 1 3/4 inch barrel.
Right, that's what they're saying.
I guess can cannon people said that there's a pretty easy, quick fix that they can do, and then the ATF will be right back to it. But I'm sure they'll screw it up again.
I'm sure. And I feel bad because I actually know the X Products guys, and they're good people. So.
And that thing is awesome too.
It's very.
Yeah, it is. I saw a video of a dude shooting steel with it the other day.
They had it at the Iraqi veteran shoot that I went to last year. That Andy and I are making the trek down to next week.
I was going to say, are you guys actually going to that?
Yeah, we got to go. There's too many people like Yeager and Hank Strange and all the guys that we know and love that we need to go hang out with. So keep bars down that way. And
maybe we can get more people to come on the show and then cancel at the last minute.
Maybe.
No?
Maybe. I'm going to cancel. I'm canceling for next week.
No.
Well, I know. Maybe I'll come on as somebody else.
Ooh.
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
We're going to Toronto Comic-Con in costume, aren't we?
Yes.
When is that?
Yeah. I think I'm going to be Barbarella.
I thought we were all going as the Power Rangers.
Yes.
But I'm going to be... Oh, I'm the Black Power Ranger, right?
The Blue Ranger, who is black.
That's who I'm going to be. All right, well, because Keybar is such an awesome sponsor, tonight's YouTube video is brought to you by Keybar. So check this out, people. Here you go. This is Mike, like scuba diving or something crazy in the water.
Who's spearfishing?
Yeah, look at him. He shot a lionfish right in its face.
Oh, those MFers.
Yeah,
Is that Cecil the lionfish?
That's one of those freaking things that is poisonous in Australia that could
they're
kill
taking
you.
over the area now. He shot. Look at that. Look at him. Why is he poking it? It's gonna.
Don't touch it.
Those are invasive in Florida.
Yeah,
that's where he's
they
making
have,
videos in the Keys.
they have no natural predators there.
Except Mike.
I mean,
Is it still alive?
No.
Oh. I didn't know if like
It's just sleeping, Mike.
it's just sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. Just sleeping.
That's awesome. Have any of you been scuba diving before?
No.
I've been snorkeling and I've been scuba diving in the Brighton pool.
Scuba diving is freaking awesome. It really is like you're in another world. It's really
Mike Ann offered to certify me. Mike Ann from aka X8 Tactical, one of our sponsors. So I think we need to take him up on that, and I think we need to do a crash and burn scuba dive.
yes. I
Expedition.
don't know how many tanks he has, but yes, we can always rent them.
Yeah, we rent it. We'll go scuba diving somewhere.
I'd like to learn. I think I'd freak out, though.
we can scuba dive in the Genesee.
What?
We can find some bodies.
First one to find a body wins.
Yeah.
Bonus points if there's a gun too.
Nice. We get to keep the gun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's wrap this train wreck up. This weekend we got the NY Firearms event Saturday. If you're in the area, come out to Ontario Rod and Gun Club. Myself, Andy, Glenn will be out there with a bunch of awesome firearms for you to try out. We're gonna have a tactical shoot. We were supposed to have pulled pork, but I don't know if the caterer has even contacted me yet. So if that doesn't happen, then the three of us will figure something out. We'll order food because we did say we'd include lunch. for the ticket. Tickets are, what are they, Andy? $30? 35?
Yeah.
$30 online right now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We'll probably honor that at the door. It comes with a T-shirt, but we won't have the T-shirts till probably 2 weeks from now because we don't know how many people are coming. We'll order on Monday. That's about all I got going on this weekend. What's everybody else doing? I like I said, Andy and Glenn are coming with me to that. What are the girls doing?
I'm set up a play date with my friend Julie. We're going to Wickham Farms, taking the kids, letting them jump on the jump pillow and run out all their energy. So, yep, mom stuff.
Mom.
What do you got?
Hashtag.
Hashtag mom stuff.
What are you doing this weekend, Leah?
I actually have the pleasure of going to the DEC National Hunting and Fishing Days for work. I will be there all weekend. Come and see me. On Sunday, after the New York Firearms event, on Saturday.
Sounds fun. Andy, what are you doing other than New York Firearms? And
Nothing.
Andy, what targets are we setting up for that thing?
Andy sleeping already?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. I've decided. Well, I've got my buddy Carl, friends of ours. He's gonna be setting up some like 6 to 8 targets on one side, kind of thing, and then we're gonna do like a quick draw competition and maybe a tough shot if anybody wants to do it.
I'm down for a tough shot.
No.
Can you guys periscope the tough shot, please?
Yeah, we'll yeah. Well, yes. Speaking of,
Still can't get over how dirty Periscope sounds.
Meerkat, periscope.
As I get in, I might as well jump right into this. So as we wrap up the show, you can get a hold of all of us. Follow Crash and Burn on Twitter at Crash and Burn TV. Hit up and like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Crash and Burn. Is it Crash and Burn TV on Facebook too?
Yes.
Yes.
It is Crash and Burn TV. And we don't have a Crash and Burn Instagram, so follow us individually at Mike Nicola, at Andy Dickinson, at G Rifleworks, and at Brown Loves Black.
What about me?
Oh, at Erica Santola. I don't know how I skipped over you. I said it in my head.
Yeah.
Anyways, we created a Periscope account for Crash and Burn. So as we keep making these YouTube videos and we're out at these events, we'll be Periscoping. So follow us on Periscope. I have no idea how to make it work. I think our account is Crash and Burn TV. We haven't made a video yet, so we'll definitely have to try it either tomorrow night or Saturday. Thanks, Andy. But yeah, once again, as I just said, thank you to our sponsors, X8 Tactical Key Bar and Molan Labe. We have 2 open spots for sponsors in October, so if you know anybody, let them know. Tell them to get a hold of us. Next week's guest is Brian from Forsaken Blade Works, and Andy and I have been playing around with this knife for a while. I've actually got an awesome set of macro photos of the knife he sent me from a year or two, probably about a year and a half ago, or maybe last year. Very, very good dude, makes awesome knives, really stepped his game up lately, so I figured it's a good time to have him on the show. You guys will love it, so tune in next week for more knife stuff and all kinds of cool stuff. What?
We promise he'll be there.
Yes, he will definitely be there. So he's Eastern time, so I don't think we'll have any issues with getting him on. So once again, thank you everybody for being on the show. Follow us, subscribe to YouTube, and check out iTunes. Go leave a review on iTunes for a chance to win the CRKT knife, and we'll have another giveaway next week. So we'll catch you guys all next time. Thank you.
Keep moving.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Send in your questions for the gunsmith.
Send in your questions for the pants party.
Take our pants off now?
Yeah, we can take our pants off now.
Woo.